life's a dike. Go to hell, go for a hike. TKO, run the show. Wrestling fans have nowhere to go. The product's stale, the shows are done. Wrestling's no longer fun. TKO, run the show. TKO, really blow. TKO, more like TK. No, fuck this show. Oh, 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 I can't believe they killed WWE. I can't believe they are rich but cut costs constantly. TKO, run the show. Wrestling fans have nowhere to go. The product's stale, the shows are done. Wrestling's no longer fun. TKO, run the show. TKO, really blows. TKO, more like TK. No, fuck this show. Oh, oh,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good afternoon. How's it going? Hey, everybody. If you can, hit that like button. I don't know if the alert's going to go out because we had a lot of videos go out last couple of days. The TK No song is available on Patreon, as well as a couple other songs, too. The Vince McMahon 14th and I. There's been a couple other ones, too. So a lot of people asked for it. It's up there if you guys want to download it on Patreon. If you want, well, if you don't know how to get to Patreon, you should know how to get there. But if you don't know how to get there, it is in the chat. I put it in the chat for you. There's the link to Patreon. If you have not re-signed up for Patreon, I cannot tell you how big it would be if you were to sign up on Patreon today. I mean, just click it and, subscribe to it. It's $1 a month, $2 a month, $3 a month, or you can do more. But those would be huge. Just set it and forget it, but then you get access to thousands of podcasts that I've done and all the songs and everything, over 200 songs, thousands of podcasts. None of that stuff is on YouTube, so go check it out. Go sift through it. It's some of the best stuff that we've ever done, and it's on Patreon. You can download it forever, and you don't have to stay a patron, but obviously we'd like to keep you there because it funds the show. So we lost 20 patrons this morning, but it is the new month. That happens every month. But you never know how many people are going to re-sign up again, so I got to promote it here big time. Please think about joining Patreon again, and join it if you can. If you just simply forgot, get on there, fix your cards, whatever the case may be. But of course, yeah, if you can become a producer, even better, just like these producers: Allison Tuckwab, The Ghost from the Coast, Brian Jardine, Alan Stober, Snarkbait, Sith Negan, Matt Rossmeyer, Alex O'Donnell, and Spectral Citizen. $25 or more on Patreon. They are producers of the Joe Cronin Show. Shout out to those special producers at $25 or more. A few of those people are at $50. A few of those people are at $100. Epic producers, there they are in all their glory. A lot of news, a lot of rumblings over the last couple of days with, the WWE and their decisions. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I think there's been quite a bit of overreaction. I think there's been some... I don't know. There's some people overreacting. I know that. There's some people underreacting, overreacting. But, everybody's reacting is the point. And when you get everybody reacting, it's because a lot of reasons. And one of those reasons is this is a big story. It's doing well. Like, as someone who covers wrestling and knows when trends are actually happening and what's going on. Sorry, I'm fixing something. Sorry, I had to fix my mic. But yeah, as someone who sees the trends and normally sees the trends are either down or not even happening at all. Like the trends are missing, there are no trends, There's just dead ends, dead trends, nothing going on in wrestling, quiet news. This is the biggest news since John Cena has turned heel. You know, and whatever you think of that run, obviously it's not gone the way any of us expected it. But whatever you think, this is the biggest news that there is. So if you're like out there wondering why so many people are reacting to it, you're wondering why people are picking a side about this is unbelievably an injustice, that R-Truth's been let go. It's not even been fired. His contract wasn't renewed, right? It wasn't. I think a lot of this has been not spearheaded, but a lot of this has been overblown just because of the way R-Truth accidentally, I guess, tweeted out, "I was released by WWE." I think that if he had just said my contract won't be renewed, I'm officially not in the WWE anymore, it would have been similar. I don't think it would have changed too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would have been too much of a change. So I think people would have been kind of annoyed. I think it all stems from the fact that R-Truth is beloved by fans, and even though he really has been tucked away for a while and he could have been let go 10 years ago, but, the fact that they just brought him back to the forefront again made everybody think, yeah, man, R-Truth has been, what a legend he's been over the years. Like, this is, here he is again, pretty entertaining, The T-shirt is selling like crazy. I got to get one of those T-shirts. By the way, I think they took it down. Can anybody confirm that? I think they took it down. And quite honestly, if I wasn't poor, I really wanted to get that T-shirt, right? I really wanted to own that R-Truth T-shirt because I think it's funny. But I don't have money to do that. But I really was hoping like I could grab it. But it's not the most important thing in the world to me, when I've got so much other stuff to take care of. But the fact that I thought about it is crazy. That's all you need to know. I thought about it. The fact that I thought about if I had $5,000 or if I had even if I had enough money, if I had enough money to pay all my bills and everything was going down and I was good and I had some money, I could just buy some things, I'd buy that T-shirt. The fact that I thought that, it's not that I did buy it because obviously I can't. It's the fact that I thought that I would buy it, right? That is a win, in my opinion, for the company. That a 40-year-old guy, now that I'm 40, thought about buying a stupid wrestling T-shirt. And it is a stupid one. But I thought about it. I couldn't do it, but I thought about it. That's a win. I count that as a win. It's just like when a woman hits on me, which probably has not happened in a long time, but I would say that like the last time I was actually hit on was like 5 years ago, right? And I thought it was very quick, right, that it happened. And I thought to myself, fuck yeah, like I got it. And I kept walking like, oh no, like whatever. But like in my head, I'm like, that's a win. It's almost like it happened. You know what I mean? You don't even need to do it. It's like I banged her or something. It's like it happened. Like I didn't do it. I wouldn't ever do that. But like it was like I did in my brain. It was like that's a trophy right there. I didn't even do anything. Just that alone is a trophy, right? So like that's a win for WWE that you made me want to buy a T-shirt. Anyway, and I think if you're married, you're like that, or if you're really honest, you might be like that. But we're gonna talk about the comments, whatever. Obviously, Triple H laughing behind the scenes at the people. I don't know why that's been leaked out in a very. And by the way, I don't know if anybody else has been told that, but me, and I don't know if the person that told me is. I don't know what's going on, and I can't explain that. I wish I could explain that, but the person that told me is not a fake person. So it's like, and it's not. I can't say anything else. But I never get inside information, right? Like I almost never get it. I never look to get it. My channel is about me reacting to other people who get that information. I don't ever usually base my channel on, I'm breaking the news, I'm breaking something. I think, what is it? It's the year 2025, right, guys? It's the year 2025, and this year, I have basically reported on, I think, 2 things, maybe 3, right? That one of those things, a few people were told, and I was one of them. And the other 2 things now, it was I believe it was just me told. And this is one of them. And there was another one recently, and you guys know that was true too. That was about the SmackDown meetings, that SmackDown was never going to switch from 3 hours, that the network is super happy, and it's, oh my God, they're going to keep 3 hours. And potentially for the rest of the year, if not even beyond that. They're not ever thinking about going to 2 hours until they have to or the show does really bad. Yeah. So, now that was 2 months ago I said that, and then it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago I reiterated that to you in a confident way in a video, and then it was about a week ago it was reported by everybody. So I rarely get stuff like this, but it's not hard to believe that Triple H is laughing at everybody freaking out over this in the back, because Triple H feels about, me and my friend Mark are going to stop watching, right? So Triple H is laughing at this. It's just weird timing. It's like, if you were going to bury and I'm not even mad at Triple H. Like, there are so many people angry at Triple H, like, he's got to go, it's Triple K, he's a racist. That's crazy. Like, I'm not even on board with that. I like Triple H, but like, I think the thing that it's baffling to me is why at this time is when they're going to release R-Truth. And why does the WWE feel like they need to save money? You know what I mean? Like, it's always about, like, saving money. I would respect it more if they said, listen, this guy's been in the company forever. He does a really good job. He's a legend. But eventually everybody gets cut. Eventually people get cut, and this guy has almost been cut several times over the past forever, and the guy just perseveres and makes it. I mean, there may be no one ever that has made it more, than him, but this time he didn't. And it's not personal. We love this man. But we're letting him go for those reasons, for creative reasons. We have nothing for him, and we don't want to hold him down in the back doing nothing. We want to move on and free up that cap for maybe 2 or 3 other people who can come up. And that's about it. But that's not what they said. It's a very, like, it's all about the money and we had to make a cut. I don't, people just don't believe that. But I'm going to get your feedback in the comments, and I see the chats popping, going crazy. We'll take your super chats if you want to super chat. You want to become a member, that'd be cool. Sign back up on Patreon if you can. But if you want to donate to the show live, the donation link for Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat if you guys want to support. I obviously could use the support, but who couldn't use support right now? But, we'll read your comments, and we'll try to make them go viral in shorts. If they're donations, I will include them in shorts today, and you may see your donation. You may see your donation and your comment in a viral short pretty soon. I mean, because I'm working hard on those coming up in the next couple hours. So I will try to put those together for everybody that donates. And so not only do we play them on the show and we talk about them, but we try to spin them into some kind of a multi-thousand viewed short and let the WWE know, because they may see it. They see a lot of stuff that we've done over the years since 2012. Thanks to all the brand new subs, the Joe Cronin Show. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the comments.
Take a look around Hillary and see.
And the first one comes from a very weird name, Leonard Kittykisser. What the fuck? The hell?
Everyone loves me. Take a look around Hillary and see.
Oh my God.
Everyone loves me.
This might be the worst donation ever.
Look along. Everyone loves the dawn. Take a look around.
Oh my God.
Hillary. Everyone loves me. Take a look around.
This is not the way to start, Leonard Kittykisser. Unbelievable.
I was shopping for toys at Target. I saw a little boy with his mom looking at wrestling figures. I told the mom I have plenty of toys her boy can play with in my basement, he can come over anytime. She grabbed the boy and left without a word. Rude bitch.
Oh my God. I'm not sure we can turn that one into a viral short, Leonard Kittykisser, but oh my God. Jesus. I mean, that's the top donation. That's sickening, but wow. I don't know what to say about that. That's the top donation. That's the top donation. Great. That's great. I have to put that up on the screen. That's great. That's really great. Let's go to the next one. Leonard Kittykisser.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years.
Here's from Dick Welsh.
In all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Free Palestine. From the river to the sea.
Oh boy.
Palestinian people will be free. Hate has no home here. Unless you're a conservative Christian or Jew. Gays and trans have no rights here. That's why we support Palestine. Free, free, free.
What are you talking about? They'll kill them in Palestine. What the what are you talking about? They have no rights here. What? Oh, that's Dick Welsh. Okay, that makes sense. What the hell are you talking about? They'll chop them up over there. Happy Pride Month for you, I guess. Like, happy go to. What the hell? Dude, the chat is wild. King Hueco Mundo. Bobby Brown not only was in the 1989 Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack, he had the scene where he was a bailiff and opened the door and asked for a proton pack for his little brother. Oh, that's right. I remember that. That's old school. Brian is still bitching. Joe, you got to stop with this. He's laughing. Actually, no, I'm not going to stop, Brian. Keep watching my channel, baby. You're going to love it. Keep watching me. You love it. Put that route in. Yeah, put that route in, Shannon Sharp. Someone said you want to cancel Shannon Sharp. No, I don't think so. Listen, maybe if something comes out about Shannon Sharp, but he's got a really good podcast. You know, he's got a really good thing going on. I think Shannon's fine. I'm not really into Shannon Sharp's taste for dress, but good God, there's Leonard Kittykisser. R-Truth most likely TNA. I mean, it would be kind of smart from WWE if this was all just to generate outrage to bring R-Truth to TNA, because TNA is technically under the umbrella of WWE now, so it's really all the same thing in a way. So, Vlad says Triple H don't like the blacks. We'll talk about that. Is it racism? I'm sure we will. We'll get to the donations. Bored and Irish. What a name that is. Sup, homie. Happy Monday. Let me get that Discord link, baby cakes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can get you the Discord link, my friend. No problem. We'll get to some more from you guys. Hit that like button, though, if you guys can. We really need the likes, big time. Click that like button. That's going to help the algorithm. And what's going to happen tonight on Raw, we're going to talk about that in just a second. I mean, is this going to generate interest in Raw, or are people going to tune out because of this? Do you know what I mean? This is the most buzz. This is the sad part. This is the most buzz I feel like WWE has had since like WrestleMania and John Cena going heel. It was like John Cena going heel, the build up to Mania was whatever, then Mania, and then the night after Mania there was some hype, and then it all just died because there was no answer with The Rock. The Rock pulling out really killed everything. Although I think The Rock thought he was doing the right thing, it killed WrestleMania. It killed the whole build. And really, WWE has not recovered since that point. It's been in the tubes since then. What tubes? Where tubes? George Carlin, what a maniac. Shit bomb. Is a donation.
I'd love to see the fans hijack Raw tonight and start our truth chants.
Wow.
But I feel like the days of fans doing that are mostly done.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that love WWE right now, or that are just like, what I would say is they have re-injected the casual fan. Shardy Janetti, thank you for the $5. One of the best names ever in donation history. Shardy Janetti, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. You can become a $5 shit bum too, or you can become a $55 Elon Musk donation. It's a wonderful donation from Elon at $55. Thank you, brother. But no, I think that, yeah, the hijack days might be over. And one of the reasons is because what I can tell is WWE finally did something they had not been able to do. And they have been able to regrow the casual fan. Now, but you're saying, Joe, they've lost a bunch of fans, though. How could they be regrowing anything? Well, I think that they did lose a lot of the OG fans. Like a lot of the internet wrestling community fans or the hardcore fans or the people that are like over 30 years old who have been like diehards for over 10 years, like myself since the 80s. A lot of those people who have been fans since the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, whatever. A lot of those people finally tapped out over the last 3 years. And I know this because a lot of them are my audience, and my audience has shrunken quite a bit. And so hasn't similar other YouTubers, certain midgets from New York and other people who drive Mustangs. Lots of other people, too, have seen although they see increases in the channels and things like that, they've seen a mega decrease in some of the OG fans. Because those people have finally said, all right, I can't do this anymore. I'm out of here. And the numbers are down. And the numbers are down for those reasons. So we know there's something going on. But you're seeing the casual numbers slightly tick up. And I'm talking about the people that became fans of WWE when The Shield showed up. Or when right before The Shield arrived. A lot of those people have now become sort of casuals who really are interested in the product. They're people who used to be 10 years old to 15 years old, and now they're watching again at like 25 and 30 or whatever the case may be. And, they're enjoying the product casually. They're just like sort of happy to be watching, but, don't have a major, interest in it necessarily, or a hardcore interest in it. But there's also a lot of younger fans and 18-year-olds and 15-year-olds watching again a little bit. I don't think that the kids are back necessarily in the crowd. Like there used to be so many kids. I don't think the kids are back, but there is a slight uptick. There had been no kids. Kids had almost gone, right? But there's been a slight uptick in kids returning. Part of that is Cody Rhodes. Part of that is the Cena return. Part of that is The Rock. Part of that is some of the newer wrestlers are catching on with people a little bit. The Netflix change, things like that. But overall, they were really down with kids over the last 4 years. I would say 4 years ago, the kids were almost non-existent. We could look out into the crowd and you would see almost no kids. When you look out into the crowd at AEW, you don't see any kids. When you look out in the crowd at AEW, you see all 30 or over people. 30 years old or over. You see a lot of 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, fat, balding dad people like me at this point. Like, we're the audience there, and we were the audience in WWE as well, but a lot of those people, like I said, have dropped off. And there are replacements that have come in a little bit. So WWE has done a good job of grabbing hold of the edge of the cliff as they were falling off and holding onto that rock, and they're dangling, and they were starting to pull themselves up over the rocks like, and they just fell again, and now they're holding on again. That's what's going on right now, because the interest is really down. You can't be, and that's why so many people are obsessed with this R-Truth thing. It shows you that people are bored. People are so bored by current wrestling right now that they're willing to just be completely outraged over this, and that's more fun than the product right now. Shit bum. Another donation.
Sup, homie.
What's up?
Happy Monday. Let me get that Discord link, baby cakes.
Oh, we'll get it to you, baby. We'll get it to you. Bored in Irish. There it is. I read that earlier, but thank you, Bored in Irish. Man Moore says, how much is the Rock Wants Your Soul donation? $10. Just for the people that are asking for the $10 one, it's $10, baby. Thank you, Man Moore, if you do donate that. It's one of my favorite ones. You can also download the full song on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. We're trying to get 10 new patrons right now on the show. So if you guys can, jump on the Patreon and, please jump on there. And give us some love on Patreon, because We would love to have you on Patreon.
Shit bum.
Spam the Joe Cronin Show
Miz
everywhere.
has unfollowed all WWE accounts. He may be the next to go.
What?
People are gonna be even more salty with fake outrage. Miz is in his mid-40s, time to go.
Wow. Miz unfollowed. Is that true? The Miz unfollowed everybody? Let's go find out if that's true. We have got to find out if that's true. Because I don't know if that's true. Let's find out if that's true. Let's see. Wow. Let's go see if that's true. Okay.
Shit bum.
Hi Joe, have you ever attended WWE WM?
WrestleMania? I mean, so there's been 2 times where I've been at WrestleMania. One time is that WrestleMania 33 where somebody brought my sign and said Joe Cronin Show, and it was all over WrestleMania. I count that, okay? Because I got thousands of messages from people. So I'm counting the guy who held up my sign, or the guy that held up a sign that said Joe Cronin Show. I'm counting that WrestleMania because the whole WrestleMania you see Joe Cronin Show on your screen. That was the one when Triple H fought Roman, right? I think that was the roller coaster one. That was the one that I went to. I didn't actually go to WrestleMania, but I was there at WrestleCon. You guys have seen my videos. If you haven't seen it, go watch my videos. I did a whole vlog at that WrestleMania. We met, we hung out with the Hardys. We did a whole bunch of shit. Me and JD from New York did the podcast from WrestleCon. We did the whole Internet Darlings thing. That was that whole thing. But no, the only WrestleMania that I actually sat at and watched in person was WrestleMania 14. It was here in Boston. It was a right down the street drive. I was up high. What a fun time. WrestleMania 14 in Boston. I would have loved to have been at another WrestleMania. I probably could have seen one. If I could go back and be at a WrestleMania, I feel like WrestleMania 9 would have been fun just because it was outdoors, kind of nice. A horrifically bizarre WrestleMania, but it was, And if you're angry at TKO, get the TK No t-shirt. You guys can buy the TK No t-shirt. I have it available on one of my sites right here directly. There it is, TK No. Wear that shirt to Raw, SmackDown. That'll piss him off. So enjoy that. Thanks for the, what else did he say? Oh yeah, we got to go back to Ankle Breaker. Michael, thank you. But yeah, so WrestleMania 14 is the only one. Ankle Breaker said, okay, let's find out if this is true. We got to look this up. Can somebody verify, anybody who has good access to Twitter, can you guys, somebody else double check me on this and let me know if this is wrong, because I don't want to be wrong, but apparently the Miz has unfollowed everything like WWE, which is crazy to me. The Miz unfollowing everybody from WWE, unfollowing all WWE accounts. We're trying to get clarification of this and what's going on. And I know that people want to tie the Miz to R-Truth because of their tag team and whatever else. And I'm sure the Miz is kind of upset and loves R-Truth and stuff like that. But would he really unfollow all the WWE accounts and do something like this? Is he doing it out of a protest? Is he angry? Or is he himself next to go? Is the Miz about to be fired? Or is this just like, is this a lie? Are we being told a lie? We're trying to confirm this now. I know the Miz said something about it the other day, said something nice about R-Truth and everything in WWE, but I don't know. Are they really trying to get hype for Raw tonight? I'm not sure what the whole deal is here. I'm trying to look through it now. We'll find out.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Isaac Maurice, thanks for becoming a mark, brother, and subbing to the channel. Damn, yep, I can see the Miz is getting released next, says JJ Bulldog. He believes. Nah, trust me, Joe, Miz time is coming for sure. No, I mean, I believe you too. I mean, they're not really doing anything with him either.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
They haven't been doing anything with Miz. Spy Puppy TV, thanks for subbing to the channel, baby. What's up? Fans probably taking it hard. Harder than the man himself. Yeah, probably because R-Truth probably has $1 million. R-Truth probably has millions of dollars. You know what I mean? I mean, people are really defensive about people losing jobs and stuff. I mean, I just lost my job recently. You know what I mean? I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm fucked right now. You know what I mean? That's why I appreciate the donations. If you guys want to donate, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Keep my channel going, keep me going, and save my life. But also, you get so much when you become a member. Miz and R-Truth invade AEW. That's true. Could happen. The Miz is... Man, you know, R-Truth being released is is a shocker a little bit, and just knowing that he's not in the company anymore is bizarre, kind of. But I feel like The Miz is even more crazy. And the reason why is because The Miz is always such... Well, I mean, I guess the two of them it's really similar. Like, I think that R-Truth is more loved in a way because R-Truth is like a face, and people genuinely really love R-Truth and stuff. But I do think people like The Miz, but The Miz is also... I don't think he's been as well liked as R-Truth, but I do think that people overall respect what The Miz has done over the years. You know what I mean? So I think people really do like The Miz and will be surprised by The Miz as well. But, you know, R-Truth has this sort of lovability that went a little higher, I think, than The Miz, because The Miz always kind of plays like an asshole. The Miz doesn't have great matches. Whatever. Boycott Activision said, "Wow, my young adulthood is fading fast." Dude, it goes away really quickly. I can't believe I'm 40. I still feel 28, but I'm 40. It's very confusing. You start getting angry when you're 40 because you're like, what the fuck is going on? This ain't right. Now I see why the hippies all got angry. Remember the hippies in the 70s? Like, they were so like, love and live and smoke, and we love free love. We love everybody. And they turned out to be the biggest pieces of shit parents, some of them, right? What were they called? They weren't called the boomers. What are the hippies called? What are they called? The yuppies? I don't know. What are they called? I forget. There's a name. There's a word for parents who used to be hippies but then raised kids in the 90s. Oh, God, I can't remember. But, like, they were just so angry and bitter because now they're 40 and they're not, you know, loving and smoking. They're working at corporate offices at Verizon and shit. And they're like, damn, what happened? And they're just pissed off, right? And they're bitter. That's me right now. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, by now, I should have already won a Stanley Cup and been on a hockey team for 20 years. By now, I should be Shawn Michaels facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. You know what I mean? I've done nothing with my life, you know? Like, I mean, like, I don't know. You feel like you've done nothing, you know? Even though I had a successful YouTube show for over 10 years, and it literally got me a house. But, like, I feel like I did nothing. 3 kids, everything else, but I feel like I've done nothing. The only reason kids might be watching is because their parents being fans. You might be right. But again, why, like, let's, like, to study that, think about that. The only reason the kids might be watching is because their parents are watching. That's true. But guess what? Anthony Lucha, the thing is, yeah, those are those 35-year-olds and 30-year-olds. That's what I'm saying. Those 30-year-olds who decided to tune back into wrestling, and now they're into Cody and they're into stuff, and they're sort of watching like, hey, I love it all no matter what. It's WWE. I'm happy no matter what. Well, they're the ones bringing their kids to the shows, whose kids are becoming fans of Cody and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying to you is there's a new cycle of people. There's a new cycle of like mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s parents whose kids are watching because of them or found it because of them, potentially. But the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-olds and the 60-year-olds, they're all grown, and some of them are now not watching anymore. They've just recently tuned out the last 5 years, and their kids are 20-something, and they don't watch anymore. So the 40-year-olds, the 50-year-olds, and the 60-year-olds, and the 70-year-olds, a lot of them have stopped watching recently, and their children that are now 20-something years old have now grown out of it, and they're not watching. But what I'm saying is the 30-something-year-olds and the 20-something-year-olds who are still watching, they're now having kids and their kids are watching. So there's this new small permeation of fans. But the small amount of the older fans that have dropped off, they've kind of like equaled out. But the positive thing for WWE is they just got a little bit younger, right? So the WWE just got a little bit of a younger audience, but they did lose some of the old dogs, right? And that's not including people that might die 40, 50, 60, 70. So it's not like, again, it's not like it's crashing, and it's not like they're making a bunch of new fans either. It's sort of like a somewhat even swap of people. But I've noticed it, and maybe you have too. I mean, there's no doubt. There's been something to that, you know? King of Hueco Mundo, me deleted his WWE tweets. Uh-oh. The Miz deleted his WWE tweets. Wow. So we've got to look into this right now. We've got to look into this. Let's see. Okay. We've got to look at the Miz. "54 minutes ago he posted about golf dancing or something. So I don't know, man. Didn't his Twitter used to say the Miz WWE? I thought his Twitter used to say the Miz WWE, but I could be wrong. Or Mike, now it just says Mike the Miz. "Forming Awesome Truth with you was one of the best runs of my career. No one made me laugh harder. Your energy, heart, smile lit up every room and every arena. You're not one of a kind. You're one in a lifetime. Love you, Truth. Keep shining." What a man crush. What a man crush. But the Miz, yeah, this is starting to make the rounds. Yeah, he's still following Grayson Waller. He's following Cody Rhodes and all them. But yeah, he's definitely not following more people than he had been. There's not a lot of news on this. So, I mean, a lot of people reacted to this. The Miz unfollows WWE on X. Fans concerned about potential release. Wow. So this is real. This is very real. So, wow. Okay, so the news is true. The Miz has unfollowed WWE. So the Miz has unfollowed WWE. I think he removed the WWE stuff from his name. So that's another sign of something going on. I mean, a lot of people were making this correlation of like, the Miz, Truth, Art, blah, blah, blah. But like, now it's come to reality because the Miz is actually making moves. And that's surprising to me. So this is not just like a joke. The Miz unfollows WWE on X. Fans concerned about potential release. He posted about, Sad on the loved our Truth and stuff like that. Removing things or changing up a bio might not mean anything. The Miz is one of WWE's most prominent ambassadors. As strange as it feels to see both our Truth and Carlito going, having the Miz leave with all the press he does. Yeah, that's what I was saying. With all the press the Miz does, and he's so cemented in being a WWE guy, he was arguably more active than our Truth. Although our Truth got one of the biggest storylines, but I mean, this is real. This is really happening. I don't know if it's just him, like I said, being upset or trying to, show some kind of a solidarity. But this is very interesting. Very interesting stuff. The Miz is getting fired for sure. But the fans are gonna hijack Raw tonight, says JM85. So yeah, okay. So yeah, people are now you're starting to hear that people are gonna hijack Raw tonight. A lot of people are saying this, not just you, JM85, but a lot of people are starting to say that fans are gonna hijack Raw tonight. And again, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people feel like those days are over, that the fans don't have the heart and soul that they used to have, or the visceral nature that they used to have. It's a lot of just very subservient, like, I am casual fan. I love WWE. Especially the ones that have the money to go to these shows. Like, it's so much money to go to these shows. Are you really going to sit there and then boycott the show or take over the show and that sort of thing? That's why I don't think that's maybe going to happen. Now, maybe a few years ago when the tickets were cheap and there were tarps in the crowd, yeah, people would take over the show. I don't know if they have the courage to do that now or if they will, but people are saying it and people are pissed. Road Dogg deleted his appreciation post for R-Truth too. That's weird. The Road Dogg deleted his tweet? What? Why would the Road Dogg delete his tweet? Because didn't the Road Dogg write something about the bean counters or something like that? Oh my God. There's so much news right now. Like, are you serious? Yeah, he deleted it. Yep. So this is true too. The Road Dogg has deleted his post that he put up about R-Truth, which I thought was kind of a strange one too. I thought it was kind of a weird tweet. WWE executive Road Dogg deletes post to R-Truth after the exiting announcement. So that's happened too. He now deleted the tweet. That's crazy. I don't know if there's a picture of it, but he said, I am heartbroken. It's the nature of the beast. The best part, it's part of the business that no one likes, but the bean counters, I love Raw truth killings, and I don't care who knows it. What a run. Well, apparently he does care who knows it. Because now the Road Dogg has deleted that tweet. Remember, Road Dogg is one of the head writers on SmackDown again, which is not doing well. And yikes. I don't... I mean, what is going on today? All hell is breaking loose. I mean, when I saw that tweet, I was like, damn, I'm surprised Road Dogg would say that because he's such a corporate guy. You know? Yeah, I was shocked that the Road Dogg even tweeted this because he's such a corporate guy that he would say something like, my heart is broken, and blame it on the bean counters of the WWE business. And now Road Dogg has deleted this post. So it's like, dude, not only was I kind of like, I'm surprised he would tweet that as a corporate guy. He runs SmackDown kind of. But there it is. He deleted the tweet. Road Dogg has now deleted the tweet about R-Truth. So you got The Miz is deleting stuff, unfollowing WWE. The Miz is acting weird, removing WWE stuff. Is The Miz next to be fired? Now you got Road Dogg deleting his tweet, which is also kind of weird. Is something up with the Road Dogg? What's happening there? R-Truth is gone. People are pissed. Tonight is WWE Raw. People are saying it's going to be hijacked. I mean, WWE and wrestling has not been interesting at all the last month. This is the most interesting stuff they've had. I mean, I guess fire people, this happens. It's crazy. That's where we're at right now. I'm happy The Miz is gone. Paycheck for Daniel Bryan. I don't know what? It's a business. It's not family. Fans need to realize that, says Elliot Mess. No, I think they realize. I think it's more of a business than it's ever been before. That's the thing right now. WWE is more of a business than ever right now. I mean, the company makes more money than ever and then fires more people than ever and then takes away benefits. They are like a company. But, you know why people are outraged? Because this happens where you work. That's why you're mad. That's why people are mad, because you work for Jimmy John's Heating, right? and it's a family-owned company. And then 15 years later, JLBW Corp buys your heating company. And then they start implementing things and bean counting and firing people at random. And suddenly it went from, average worker stays in this company for 15 years to average workers in this company for 5 years. And suddenly there's all these rules and, hiring processes and corporate bullshit. And you got to wear a bow tie on a Tuesday just as the moon is rising and show up for work every day at a certain time, at a certain thing, and yada, yada, kill us. Well, now WWE is becoming more and more and more like that. And the benefits of stocks are gone, and the benefits of certain other things are gone, and the corporate ladder people in the corporate office are grumbling, and they're pissed. And it's not as good of a place to work. But yet, they're making more money than ever before. More money! So why doesn't the company get more prosperous for its workers? Because it's so corporate, they don't give a shit about you anymore, or the creative, or anything. It's all about the ones and twos, ones and zeros, corporate bean, blah, 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 blah. And guess what? The fucking Road Dogg who writes SmackDown said that in a tweet, and now he's deleted the tweet. Because it didn't look good. Because it's the truth. Ironically, it's the truth that will set you free. And that's why you had to take it down, and you could be fired. And ironically, the truth will set you free. And the WWE set our truth free. Tonight is Monday Night Raw. Pretty crazy.
You raised a piece of shit.
I'm enraged at the release of our truth. This travesty will not stand. Damn you, Cena. Gosh darn you, Cena. I'm mad. I'm really mad. I'm so mad. Justice for our truth. Hijack Raw. Not even joking.
Z Luke, thank you for the donation, man. Much appreciated. If you guys want to donate, the donation link is pinned in the chat. I forget that a lot of people, for one reason or another, don't necessarily like using Streamlabs. So if you don't like, thank you to all the producers, by the way, on the screen right there. But yeah, if you don't like using Streamlabs and you don't want to use Streamlabs, that's fine. I do have the Venmo and the Cash App for you. There it is. If you guys want a Venmo or Cash App, I'll shout it out on the show if you want. Where's Omos? Is he still with the WWE? Simon says. Yeah, Simon almost wrestled for New Japan for the last while. Recently, Omos has been in limbo, and I think the WWE has been sending Omos around to do press for the WWE, I believe. So he's done a few interviews talking about this, not just with like Chris Van Fish Fillet, but a couple other outlets as well. And he's also been working in the training center or whatever in Florida. But yeah, he came back from New Japan because they pulled him from New Japan. So the weird thing is that Omos was asked to be used in New Japan Pro Wrestling, or in Japan. I don't know if it's New Japan or just Japan, but they asked for Omos. WWE lent him out. And basically, like, he was doing nothing, so the WWE was like, yeah, okay, you can go to Japan and do stuff over there. So he goes to Japan and do stuff. He's in a major storyline, or like, he's in like a pretty big storyline for his, for their lower mid-card type of thing. He's in a storyline, and in the middle of the storyline, the WWE just says, well, we want him back. Let's get him back over here. And they had Omos sent back to the WWE, to America. But he was in the middle of a storyline. And that was months ago, I believe. And he has done nothing. So, like, why? So, okay, we're going to lend him out to Japan. Japan takes him. And then right in the middle of something that he's doing, they pulled him back here. And he's done nothing. Essentially nothing other than a few interviews with Chris Van Fishfillet and a couple other people. I mean, like, what? But he's also not doing anything. So, you would understand if they were like, we need a big guy. We need this big story is about to happen. God, we need Omos. He's in the middle of a story, though, over in New Japan or whatever. Well, I mean, we need him and we own him. Sorry guys, we want him back. We need him. Okay. And so then they have to throw their whole story into a thing and change things and then send him back here. But no, he's not doing anything. And so I don't know if something behind the scenes happened, like WWE was going to buy this Japanese wrestling company, or if they were going to do something behind the scenes, and then that didn't permeate, it didn't happen, and then WWE got butthurt about it, so they were like, "Oh, pull all our guys, pull our guy out of there, screw them." I don't know, or maybe they had a plan for him and then they didn't do it, so then they just were like, "Well, oops." They honestly were going to do something with him, and then it didn't happen, and they had already pulled him, and so then, it was just a push and pull that kind of fucked up all kinds of plans for everybody all over the place. I don't know, but that's what happened. So that's what Omos has been doing. Omos has been passed around like fucking hot potato, and for no reason. And remember, it wasn't that long ago that Nick Khan said they don't just keep people in limbo like AEW. Well, there's about 1 million people in limbo, right? And so maybe this is part of that. Well, yeah, see, we don't keep people in limbo. They're fired. They're fired. And the Miz might be fired too. Apparently, the Miz has unfollowed everything like WWE, which is crazy to me. The Miz unfollowing everybody from WWE, unfollowing all WWE accounts. We're trying to get clarification of this and what's going on. It's true. And I know that people want to tie the Miz to R-Truth because of their tag team and whatever else. And I'm sure the Miz is kind of upset and loves R-Truth and stuff like that. But would he really unfollow all the WWE accounts and do something like this? Is he doing it out of a protest? Is he angry? Or is he himself next to go? Is the Miz about to be fired? Or is this just like, is this a lie? Are we being told a lie? We're trying to confirm this now. I know the Miz said something about it the other day, said something nice about R-Truth and everything in WWE, but I don't know. Are they really trying to get hype for Raw tonight? Apparently, the Miz has So yeah, that was our clip from earlier, but yeah, it really feels like this. But and again, like there's reason for us to feel this way, for us to say this. We have reasons. There's not just these are not just paranoid like clickbait, theories. At this point, there's a lot of reasons to think this. For sure. Someone sent me a message. I'm trying to see if it's what I think it is, because there's like so much breaking news right now that it's crazy. There's a lot of breaking news. Yeah, let me run this while I try to look it up and see what exactly just came out, because we got more news. I did not expect to get some right now, but it looks like we are getting new news. Yeah, bear with me just a couple of seconds real quick here while I access this. I mean, tonight's Monday Night Raw, so I want to talk about that for a second too. We got some preview of what's going on tonight. I think they're going to get some interest because of the firing of or the unre-signed version of Art. By the way, I know he's not fired. A lot of people made a big deal. He's not fired, you fucking idiot. Well, guess what? He said he was fired, so everybody said that. But then it turns out he made a mistake. So the guy himself made a mistake. You could argue WWE might be upset about that, but he didn't get re-signed. Okay, we get that. You know what I mean? And if you just simply forgot, get on there. By the way, we got some donations. I'm going to play those. I got a couple of those coming in. If you guys want to donate, it's pinned to the top of the chat. The link is pinned up there. There are so many different donation amounts. They're listed in the description box down below. You can use any of them. Have fun. Do whatever. But you guys fund the show. Right now, Leonard Kittykisser is the top donator of the stream. And shout out to all the brand new subs. We appreciate you. And we got some breaking news. Let me just get it dialed up here. Fix your cards, whatever the case may be. Someone who covers wrestling and knows when trends are actually happening and what's going on. Sorry, I'm fixing something. Be renewed. I'm officially not in the WWE anymore. It would have been similar. I don't think it would have changed too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would have been too much of a change. So I think people would have been kind of annoyed. I think it all stems from the fact that R-Truth is beloved by fans. And even though he really has been tucked away for a while, and he could have been let go 10 years ago, but, you know, the fact that they just brought him back to the forefront again made everybody think, yeah, man, R-Truth has been, what a legend he's been over the years. Like, this is, you know, here he is again, pretty entertaining, you know. The T-shirt is selling like crazy. I got to get one of those T-shirts. By the way, I think they took it down. Can anybody confirm that? I think they took it down. And quite honestly, if I wasn't poor, I really wanted to get that T-shirt, right? I really wanted to own that R-Truth T-shirt because I think it's funny. But I don't have money to do that. But I really was hoping like I could grab it. But it's not the most important thing in the world to me, you know, when I've got so much other stuff to take care of. But the fact that I thought about it is crazy. That's all you need to know. I thought about it. The fact that I thought about if I had $5,000 or if I had even if I had enough money, if I had enough money to pay all my bills and everything was going down and I was good and I had some money, I could just buy some things, I'd buy that T-shirt. The fact that I thought that, it's not that I did buy it because obviously I can't. It's the fact that I thought that I would buy it. Right? That is a win, in my opinion, for the company. That a 40-year-old guy, now that I'm 40, thought about buying a stupid wrestling T-shirt. And it is a stupid one. But I thought about it. I couldn't do it, but I thought about it. That's a win. I count that as a win. It's just like when a woman hits on me, which probably has not happened in a long time. And this year, I have basically reported on, I think, 2 things, maybe 3, right? That one of those things, a few people were told, and I was one of them. And the other 2 things now, I believe it was just me told. So I rarely get stuff like this. But it's not hard to believe that Triple H is laughing at everybody freaking out over this in the back because you know Triple H feels about, you know, me and my friend Mark are going to stop watching, right? So Triple H is laughing at this. It's just weird timing. It's like if you were going to bury and I'm not even mad at Triple H. Like there are so many people angry at Triple H, like he's got to go. It's Triple K. He's a racist. That's crazy. Like I'm not even on board with that. I like Triple H, but like I think the thing that it's baffling to me is why at this time is when they're going to release R-Truth. And why does the WWE feel like they need to save money? You know what I mean? Like it's always about like saving money. I would respect it more if they said, listen, this guy's been in the company forever. He does a really good job. He's a legend. But eventually everybody gets cut. You know, eventually people get cut, you know, and this guy has almost been cut several times over the past forever. And the guy just perseveres and makes it, you know. I mean, there may be no one ever that has made it more, you know, than him. But this time he didn't. And it, you know, it's not personal. We love this man. But we're letting him go for those reasons, for creative reasons. We have no... Oops. And you know, a lot of people think that the soul of WWE is gone, right? Like, what's up, JM85? How you doing, man? Boycott Activision says, am I watching a rerun? Yeah, you're watching a 1-minute replay, but I'm back. We're live again. Every once in a while, I got to take a break for a second. I took 2 minutes off. I'm back. But no, I think, so one of the other things that people are talking about is just like, it happens with change, right? There's change in the WWE, but like the advertisements everywhere. I think when they first started doing the advertisements for a second, it was like fun, and it was like, yeah, it's about time the WWE like did something in the middle of the ring or like did something like that. But the advertisements have gotten so egregious where like the turnbuckles are all ads, and there's ads all over the base of the ring on the mat, the apron, the posts. Like the sidewalls, things going on everywhere, product placements up the yin-yang. It's made WWE feel funny, or, you know, I want, some people would say soulless, if they ever had one anyway, but Some people just find it to be a soulless thing, and they find it icky, right? A lot of people probably like, I don't give a crap, who cares? But there's a lot of people that say it's yucky. I think that and here's the thing, if the company is kicking ass, right? Like let's say it's like the Attitude Era again, and they're doing all these advertisements and everything. Nobody's going to say anything. Nobody is really going to say anything. They're going to be like, it's so weird to see the ads all over the place, but who cares? This is amazing. I love it. That's why when the ads first started happening, nobody cared, because it was kind of a good time. People were having a good time with the company. Still, a little bit. But now that things aren't going very well, you're associating these things with bad, right? You're bored. The storylines feel like AI. And I'm starting to think that everything doesn't necessarily feel like AI. It's just that now when anything is bad or boring, people call it AI. So AI is just becoming the word for like boring, bland, or just kerfuffled, just whatever. But it does. It feels like a mishmash. They don't know where it's going. It doesn't matter anyway. And people are bored. And when people are bored, they start looking at what the paint looks like. You know what I mean? When people are not happy or they're bored, they start looking around, going, what's going on here? It's like the country. It's like America. People are poor. People can't make payments, and they start looking around like, well, what the fuck is up with all this bullshit in this country? The next thing you know, people are getting rounded up and thrown out of the country, because people are looking for something to blame. That's how Nazi Germany happened, right? People were like, I'm not trying to do the comparison politically to America or something like that. I'm not even saying that. It has nothing to do with America, anybody else. I'm just saying back in Nazi Germany, you're like, oh, hey, things aren't going well. Well, I'll tell you what it is. We need to be the perfect race. And we need to get rid of these fucking other people. They're the ones fucking it up. Or when things aren't going well, all the crops are dead and it hasn't rained in 50 days. It's the witches. It's the witches' fault, guys. And you start rounding up women that you think are witches. When the WWE isn't going well and things start getting bad, it starts being like, well, is that Triple H? It must be Triple H's fault. It must be the ring. It must be all these changes. TKO just bought the company. The ring has all these advertisements on it. This sucks. But if things were going well, you wouldn't say that. You'd be like, oh, yeah, this is the way it is. Let's go. This is the best time ever. This is fucking great. And that was going on. People were talking about the best time. Like, it was so good. When Cody's story was finished, a lot of people were happy. Not everybody. Some people didn't like Cody. Some people didn't like it still. I would say that 85% of the fans were pretty happy during the Cody, finished the story. And I would say when The Rock came back and when John Cena turned heel, I think 85% of people were happy. They were like, here we go. This is crazy. Let's do this. Then WrestleMania ended, and it was like half the people were like, what? And then over the next couple of weeks, people were like, what? And now people are just like, and our truth's released. So people are scrutinizing everything because they're not happy. They're in a state of not happy. They're in a state of unhappiness. And when you have people in a state of unhappiness, they start looking for reasons of things and blaming stuff. You do 9/11, you crash a couple of planes into the buildings, and people start looking around like, what the fuck's really going on here? And then you go to a war like Iraq for no reason, and then people really start looking around. And then you have people suppressed for asking questions, you really start looking around. So if you don't want people to look around, don't let bad things happen. And then don't let loose ends happen. Don't have bad excuses as to why things happen. Don't not allow people to voice their opinions about it. Like when Road Dogg deletes a tweet about bean counters. That just makes people wonder even fucking more what's going on. And then people start calling you racist because they start looking for a logical reason why the fuck this would happen. And the next thing you know, you got people saying Triple K about Triple H. When you're the United States government and you can't get rescue and aid to Louisiana, New Orleans fast enough during a devastating moment, and your response isn't top tier and the best, and you see people on their rooftops bleeding out, people passed out, people drowning, people unable to eat, to get to stuff, to get to food, helicopters not able to get there quick enough, water not being able to get there quick enough, but you know you could have done it better, a lot better. You get people like Kanye West who go on live TV and say, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Now, George Bush might care about black people, but it's so crazy that they didn't help people quick enough that you jump to a conclusion as to why that is. And people don't usually jump to Occam's razor, which is maybe we're just not that good. Somebody fucked up and we're just not that good at it. We're not as good as we thought. We're not as efficient as we thought, and they made a mistake. You can't accept that because you're like, we're fucking America. So there's got to be another real reason why we're not there to help them. And I've seen devastating things happen in other places where we're there quick. So why are we not in New Orleans quick enough? Well, people's brains go to, they don't like black people. If it was white people, they'd have been there. And maybe that's wrong, right? Maybe that is wrong, right? I don't think I necessarily agree with it. I think, sadly, it's actually that we're fucking stupid, that we weren't as efficient as we should have been. I think that. But maybe not. Maybe there is something going on there because it's so unbelievable that we couldn't help people. Well, when you start to see stuff like this, people don't think, oh, maybe the company just doesn't realize how bad this looks. Or, hey, maybe the company doesn't realize this. Well, they don't. They're only thinking about corporate money and corporate greed. So people's brains go to that Triple H is a scumbag, Triple H hates you, Triple H is a racist, he's Triple K, all these other things, all these other rants and ravings because people are in a fucking state of maniacal meltdown over the fact that they're bored. Wrestling is one of the number one things that people want to dissolve themselves from reality, right? I don't want to think about work. I don't want to think about my life. I don't want to think about how bad things are going. I want to go play. I want to go have fun in sports entertainment and be entertained by ridiculous theater. That's what I want. And guess what? When that theater doesn't deliver and it's boring, you create your own theater. And my own theater might be that I'm going to come out and rant about all this shit. And I'm going to dramatize everything because there's enough room to do that with these news stories, with the drama behind the scenes. And that tells me that, WWE isn't doing a good job. Because if there was enough drama in the show, you wouldn't be talking about the drama behind the scenes. And listen, if you want to utilize the drama behind the scenes and put it towards the show, that would be brilliant. But I don't see that happening right now. I just see them creating negative drama and having a company that's, not performing in the way it should. That's boring people and it's making people fucking crazy. And the proof is in the comments. The proof's in the videos. The proof's on X. The proof is coming out of the ears of everybody. And I don't understand why they can't figure that out. How do they not know this? How do I know this and they don't? Or do they know this and they don't care? I mean, Road Dogg just talked about the bean counters and then deleted his tweet. Is Road Dogg in trouble? There's a lot to say. I've said a lot in this video already. And if you're just getting here, you need to go back and watch this whole video. But we'll continue on.
Shit bomb.
With the donations.
Let's get it trending #hijack raw. And oh yeah, just like doing this #carrot and /# and colon # equals WW is boo a lot $.
Wow. Also, Grid 414. Yo, Grid, what's up, dude? Thank you for that. The TKO song is available now on Patreon to download if you guys want to get it. Thank you, Grid, for that. And if you want the TKO t-shirt, that's available on my site right there. In the chat, I pasted the link. Buy it, wear it to Raw, SmackDown, whatever you want to do. Grid, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum and keeping my channel
Bullfrog
alive.
is a moron.
Oh boy, AJ Adams.
Scissor me, Joe!
Heard R-Truth signed his release papers with his finger cause he's so black, but they keep Roman and his coconut cousin clan. Joe, are you selling your kids for money?
Oh my God. AJ Adams, thank you for the $3. No, I'm not selling my kids for money. All right? Just because your dad left you when you were 11, and ran to the, had to go get some milk and never came home, doesn't mean I want to sell my kids. You sick son of a bitch.
Duncachino?
Don't mind if I do. What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend.
Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Gunther has also removed WWE links and names from Twitter.
What?
Have a great afternoon, Joe.
What? Gunther? Why would Gunther be removing stuff? Is this like going to be a solidarity thing with all the wrestlers? Is this like a... What is going on? Is that real? What is happening? Let me go check it out. Colonel Stutters, thank you so much for the $11. Please, God, somebody beat Leonard Kittykisser's donation of $15. Please, God, let somebody donate more than $15. Because, holy Christ, we have to display Leonard Kittykisser on the screen. How many people have clicked off this video? Because they're like, what's this show about? Fuck this place. Well, let's see. I don't see any. John Cena reacts to R-Truth's departure. I mean, it's so weird. They just did all this stuff with the T-shirt. Now, I think WWE took the T-shirt down, too. People have said that. I don't know if that's true. Can someone verify if that shirt's been down? I'm doing too many things. John Cena just posted. Why would John Cena post this? Is it because, isn't John Cena a heel? Is he doing it to mock R-Truth? Like, I got you fired? I mean, wouldn't that'd be pretty cool if he was like, I'm the one that got him fired, and it was a storyline. John Cena, R-Truth recently worked together, blah, blah, blah. We know that. I know that. You know that. This shirt was selling, right? Like, it was doing really well. And such weird timing, when this shirt had just come out. I mean, I like I said, if I had the money, I would buy this shirt. And so for the... Oh, shit.
You will make them say yeah.
Colonel Stutters!
You will
yes!
make them say yeah. You will make them say
Yeah.
Yes!
You will make them say
Yeah.
Colonel Stutters!
You know I'll
16!
make 'em say yeah.
Yeah.
You know I'll make them say yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know I'll make 'em
I
say
banged
yeah.
Stephanie McMahon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, snap into my Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Make 'em say yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Elizabeth is
You know
dead.
I'll say yeah.
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 There you go, Joe.
Let's go, man. Colonel Stutters dropping the $16 to officially erase Leonard Kittykisser from the top donation spot. Oh my God. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Leonard Kittykisser, but thank the Lord for that. Andre Young says, honestly, I think some of the wrestlers are rebelling, but I think it's bigger than R-Truth. I mean, oh shit! If I was Gunther, I wouldn't do it. You don't have the money yet to do it. Oh shit! My God! The Creator!
Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay, I am a horse.
My fecal matter is on the floor.
It's okay, I am a horse.
fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay. My fucking fecal matter's on the floor. It's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matter's on the floor. It could be worse on the floor. My fecal matter's on the floor. Fecal matter's on the floor. Fecal matter's on the floor. But it's okay, I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matter's on the floor. On the floor. Fecal matter. Wow.
I'm just here to beat Leonard. Have a great rest of your day, Joe and JCS Army.
Thank you, sir. You're the man. The Creeder. Well, Creeder, you may not have known it, but Colonel Stutters ended up beating Leonard Kittykisser, but then you still beat Colonel Stutters. So, Colonel Stutters, thank you for briefly being on there and taking out Leonard, but now the Creeder has taken over as the top donation. Man, thank you so much for that, Creeder. We might be able to pay the internet bill soon. We're getting there. Thank you, brother. You're a beast. I will sodomize you. Thank you so much, man. Let me go back to the comments. Let me see here. Your fecal matter's on the floor, brother. Oh, well, I'm trying to fix something really quickly. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Thank you. TK No, the t-shirt's available. I put it in the chat earlier. Appreciate anybody who buys a TK No shirt. Tactical Dish Soap, got to be one of the best names I've heard all day. Right now, I feel like they're banking on Goldberg. Bring them back up. I mean, I'm sure they're banking on that as like a story and a fun little thing to do, but I can't believe that they would be delusional enough to be like, oh yeah, this is going to save us. Like, I don't think that they would be, you know, delusional enough to think like that's going to save them, you know? No, I can't believe that they would be that ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe that. I'm sure it will help them a little pop or whatever. Tactical Dish Soap, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. And people don't care that much. I think Goldberg is close to getting like a Hulk Hogan reaction. You know, there's a lot of people that don't like Goldberg for what he did to Bret Hart. Then there's a lot of people that just roll their eyes at Goldberg. Then there's a lot of people that still love Goldberg. You know, I like Goldberg a little bit, but like for what he is, whatever. I'm not. But you know, I'm a big Bret Hart guy. I'm a big. You know, Goldberg was a fun little gimmick that happened, and it was an epic, you know, time in history for WCW. It's their biggest thing they ever did besides, you know, Bash at the Beach, the turn from Hogan, and then the run of NWO for a year or two, really 2 years of the NWO. Or, I mean, they ran for longer than that, but I mean, they had a really awesome run. That really is all WCW for me, for the 90s to the 2000s. I think maybe you could go back to like Ron Simmons winning the title, and you could go back to the earlier WCW days before Eric Bischoff, where, you know, there was some really cool stuff, honestly. But, you know, when you get into the epic, like, stuff that changed wrestling and you know, got the ratings to like 10 million and whatever else, you know, you're talking about Hogan's turn. You're talking about the formation of the NWO and the run of the NWO. And you're talking about Goldberg, the Goldberg run for 8 months to a year. That's it. So, I mean, I'd like to see the guy, you know, come out and do something and say goodbye and retire. Great. Go. I hope he does it. You know, but like that's not going to swing the needle and like make everything change. It's going to be a little tiny little blip of whatever. There's where Goldberg retired. Okay. That's it. And honestly, dude, I'm annoyed that we have to keep talking about it. Like, can this guy, why is it dragging out that we have to keep hearing about Goldberg and his retirement? When is he going to retire? When is he going to have the match? Just fucking have the match and then go away. I'm not angry at him. Just have a match and be okay, be done. And you know what? If I was Goldberg, have his son involved. His son keeps getting involved in everything. He loves his son, all that stuff. Have his son jump the barricade and attack somebody who's attacking his dad, and have his son take someone out, and then Goldberg spears the guy, and then his son dives out of the ring, and the referee wakes back up again, and then Goldberg jackhammers the guy, and then his son jumps in the ring, and they celebrate the end of Goldberg's career, and he won his last match. I mean, wouldn't that be perfect for Goldberg? He wins his last match, and his son's there, and they hit the guy in the head with a menorah. I mean, it'd be great. I'm down for it. I'm down for a happy ending where Goldberg and his son celebrate, and he retires a winner. Yay! I'm down with it. I'm happy. I would do it. Fine. But it's not that big a deal to me. It's not the big. I can't. It's like not all I want. I don't want to talk about it. I want it to be over so it's done. It's a cool moment, and that's it. I don't want to spend 3 more years like, when's the Goldberg retirement? Who gives a shit? Driving me nuts. You know? Fucking drive me nuts. It's driving me crazy. Britney Spears, you drive me crazy. Crazy. I just can't see. Just retire. He'll drop Gunther on his head like he did Taker. Yeah, I mean Goldberg almost really hurt Bray Wyatt. He almost really hurt Undertaker, which would have been nuts. I want Goldberg to retire before he hurts himself or hurts somebody else. Again. Like I want the guy to come out, spear someone, that's it. Or lose, whatever, in like 30 seconds. And that's it. Please, God.
You raised a piece of shit.
Sorry, little Creeder will go back to the bottom where he belongs.
Oh, no!
He can play with my old dildos I don't use anymore and are too big for my current lover. Love will reign supreme here. True love knows no age. Rest in peace, Creeder.
No! No! Leonard Kittykisser is back as the top donator. Oh, my God. And this is his month, too, by the way, in case you didn't realize that. Son of a bitch. Oh, my God, bro. If only the Creeder had combined his donation with Colonel Studders. They had worked together. They could have had 40, and I don't think Leonard would have caught up with him on that. But Leonard Kittykisser is back as the top donator on this afternoon stream. I'm afraid to post my family on Instagram because of this. Like, I'm afraid to post on Instagram. You know? Like, I want to post things. Hey, we're hanging out on Joe Cronin Show on my Instagram. You know, my wife hanging out with my son. And I'm afraid to because of Leonard Kittykisser. Because there's my wife kissing one of my kids. You're jealous? Are you jealous? Are you jealous? That was just a couple of days ago. And that sickens me that he likes that. It sickens the hell out of me that he likes that. It's disgusting. Me and my daughter, campfire. In the backyard, little bonfire, little marshmallows going on. I'm afraid. I just want to share some happy memories with people. You know? We're a happy family. I have a happy family. Okay? Look how happy my son is right there. Look at him. Look at how happy he is. But it's sickos like you! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Okay. I'm going to be okay. Gregor's in the chat. Hi, Gregor. Jake Griffin in the chat, up a little bit higher, said to JJ the Bullfrog, he said, that's a WWE problem. Not the talent's fault, but you keep fantasy drafting everybody. Oh, shit, Botch Club!
Sting is gay this month, must see now.
What? Sting's gay? I mean, listen, if you're gay, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but... What? Botch Club, thank you for the $1.99. Over 110,000 followers on Instagram at Botch Club. You've got to go get part of the chat on Botch Club. It's crazy. What the fuck?
Place roses in all kinds of bouquets. Flowers, I just love flowers. Flowers all over the place. Roses in all kinds of bouquets. Flowers, I just love flowers. Flowers all over the place. Roses in all kinds of bouquets.
Well, there's so much more on Botch Club. You don't even understand the half of it. There's like 10,000 million videos like that and better on Botch Club. Go follow them. 108,000 followers. I think 20,000 followers on Botch Club are literally from my channel. So go enjoy that. It's an extension of the JCS family, and they're a wonderful dude. Great fucking place. All the wrestlers follow it too, so trust me, you'll enjoy it. Ghetto Cowboy says, what about Sting? What? Oh, because of what Sting's match at WrestleMania that time with Triple H and everything? I don't know. Not really sure. Not Sting too. Yeah, Sting's gone. That's okay. Listen, if he's gay, I mean, I know a lot of people that are gay, but I guess I didn't know that he was, but hey, people change. People change. They like the holes, and then they change to the sausage. So what? So it's all good. It's all just love, right? I appreciate you guys, and I thank you for the support, man. I think we're just going to go to 2:30 today, so we got about 15 minutes left, I guess. We've gone a little later than I was going to go. I mean, I could go all day if I wanted to, but we got some videos to make and some things to do, but I still rock Botch Club's COVID shirt. Yeah, the COVID 316 was really pretty damn good. They had it's one of the best shirts ever. I mean, I haven't sold a ton of shirts myself, but that's one of the best shirts I've ever seen anywhere. I mean, the TK No shirt is not so great, but here it is. Here's the link to the TK No shirt Printify right there. It's my Printify account. If you guys want to check it out, I think you can. Let me know if you can purchase it. Maybe there's a problem with it. I don't know. People said that there might be, but I think it works just fine. But yeah, get the TK No shirt and I don't know, wear it to Raw. Wear it to Raw, wear it to SmackDown, wear it around. I think a lot of wrestling people will laugh at it. We've sold about 9 of these so far, which that's not a lot, but that's not too bad. I mean, at a $4 profit per shirt, I think that's like $48 or something. I mean, that's not a lot, but quite. We're almost up to a dozen sales. I'll take that. Look at this guy. He's happy with it. He's definitely repping Pride Month. He's not sitting on a block. He's sitting on a guy right there, just so you know. You can also get it in purple. I like the purple and the black. I don't know. I went for the purple and the black. They're sold out. We're sold out of 5Xs, so one of you fat fuckers bought the shit out of that. I don't know. You guys must be really overweight, you fuckers, but, the black one's fully in stock. We're good there. So, yeah, TK No. King Hueco, we love you, brother. I will be probably live tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do a Raw reaction. I might do a Raw reaction and see how it goes. The Raw reviews haven't been very great because Raw has not been good. So maybe I'll do like a Raw review, like a Raw reaction. And if we hit a certain tier, then like I'll keep going to the next hour. And then if we hit another tier, I'll go to the third hour. And then if we hit another tier, I'll do like a wrap-up review. Maybe I'll do that. And that way it incentivizes me to want to watch it and care. And because otherwise I just don't, like fucking it's dead. It's dead. No one cares on Monday night right now, I feel like. Tommy bought it. That was Tommy, obviously. Oh, my God. Do you think so? That guy hasn't been around in years. Oh, Jack, I know you're talking to someone else, man. I get it. It's all good, brother. We love you. Happy Pride Month, brother. It is Pride Month. I would like one day. I don't want a month of pride. I don't need a month of celebrating someone's sexual background. I don't need to do that. One day is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. One day is great. I would love one day because on the one day I'd be like, yeah, shout out to everybody, who's different. I mean, love is love, and we love everybody. Like, let's go. Whatever you want to do, we support it. Let's go. One day, I'm down. But I got to stare at that shit every day for fucking 30 days in June, my birthday month. Fuck off. It's fucking obnoxious and narcissistic. Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit. Give it one day. You don't need 90 fucking million days. That's what people are annoyed with.
Yeah. Or they have the choice of which is a good choice, UFC, or moving on to be executives or doing great in the business world, but now they have a choice to keep the dream alive with us. Yeah. And so that's what's really cool. And I got goosebumps because I had that thought right on the corner. Yeah. Or they have the choice of which is a good choice, UFC, or moving on.
Hulk Hogan, when Hulk Hogan speaks, a lie is about to be told. Pretty much. When Hogan speaks, the lies are coming out. Hogan's lies. Good old Hulk Hogan lies. Hope you guys can click that like button and stick the thumb up my ass. I'm begging Himmelgod to come back and please get rid of the Leonard Kittykisser from the top donating spot. I fucking can't believe that he's back there. Again, I hate myself. Somebody save us. Oh my God. Leonard Kittykisser is the top donator. Again. Happy Heterosexual Day, says Scott, Ghetto Cowboy. Tactical dish soap, 1 day gay pass for the homies. Oh, you mean like I can go do it? That'd be cool. We went from Pride Day to Pride Week to now Pride Month. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. And that's the thing is like nobody hates, not nobody. A lot of people don't hate or they're not being hateful. People are just annoyed. Like that's all it is. Kermac, I agree. I love you. We support you. Whatever you do and are, it's all good, man. You be who you are, but I don't want to have to deal with it for a month. I don't give a shit. So it makes me not want to give a shit at all. So when you say things, I'm like desensitized. I don't care. I don't give anybody special treatment, and I don't specially go out of my way to hate anybody, I don't think either. So either way, it's just an annoyance, Yeah, I'm trying to find out if we have any other news on this. WWE Creative blamed for wasting Carlito before his exit. I mean, they didn't really do much with him. They brought him back for nothing. I'm glad he came back and got a paycheck. I mean, that was kind of cool. But I did think, I really thought they were going to put Carlito on some kind of a run, some kind of a singles run. Dude, the guy who played John Redcorn is dead. Did you know that? He showed up at the King of the Hill reboot announcement event in Austin just the other day and was acting unhinged per guests. I guess he had lost his house and his dog in a fire, had been homeless ever since, and hadn't been himself. So he actually was invited and showed up to the King of the Hill reboot reunion thing. So yeah, wow. So
shit bomb.
Wow, that's crazy.
Why are people acting naive? A clip came out about R-Truth calling Junior and Pritchard racist. Now he's fired.
Wait a minute. I didn't know about that. I did not know about that. What? King Mike's World. Why are people acting naive? I didn't know about it. I'm not naive. I'm not in the know. Are you serious? I had no idea about that. I know that R-Truth just did an interview the other day, though. But we've got to find this. Are you serious? Where can I find that? I can't find what podcast did he say that on? What podcast did R-Truth call? I'm asking Grok because I don't know where this exists. I mean, dude, I'm looking it up right now, and I don't see anywhere where he said that. Is there something more like, vague that I don't know about? Is there something I don't know about where he actually said something else? Or Grok, where is this? Grok, was this actually said? Can you answer me here?
R-Truth did not explicitly call Bruce Pritchard racist on a podcast. However, a 2020 Reddit post on R² Circle references R-Truth discussing a conversation where Jim Ross and Bruce Pritchard told him that wrestling was a white man's world. This was not framed as R-Truth labeling Pritchard racist, but rather as him recounting their warning about the industry's challenges for black wrestlers. The specific podcast where R-Truth made this statement is not named in the available sources, and no direct accusation of racism against Pritchard by R-Truth is documented in the provided references. If you have more details about the podcast or context, I can help narrow it down further.
Okay, so now I think I've heard that too, where he said it wasn't his world or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I have heard of that clip. I think I heard it recently, and that is a little. It could be intended wrong, like Jim. I think it was Jim Ross that he talked about. Jim Ross saying "Hey man, it's going to be hard for you to whatever else like that." But I don't think he's necessarily. It's not concrete there, right? King Mike's World. Yeah, send me the clip, man. Any way you can. Whether that's DM on Twitter or somewhere else. The prototype. Someone wasted their shit bum. It happened in 2000. It's a YouTube short. Okay, yeah, I think everyone's seen the clip because it's such a viral YouTube short now. I mean, now it's going to be going really viral, right? That's going to be people are going to be looking that. That's going to be all over the place. That clip, right? So that's going to be wild. Good Lord. Thank you. Well, we're coming up against the clock, I suppose. We're gonna probably. I also want to say thank you to Michael Taylor, who donated, Ankle Breaker, who donated, Board and Irish, who donated, Shardy Janetti, Dick Welsh, Leonard Kittykisser, the Colonel Stutters, AJ Adams, Grid 414, Z Luke from the Coast Welsh, the Creeder, Botch Club, King Mike's World, and Melliford, who just subscribed.
New subscriber.
Thank you. And we'll continue a little bit here for a few. At Meta World Online is my Twitter. Now, you can send it to there, or you can email it, joecroninshow@yahoo.com, or you can just send it to my Twitter, which is at Meta World Online. If you look up Joe Cronin Show, you'll find me, but my actual tag is at Meta World Online. You can always send it on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. Hassan, what's up, man? We've been live for a while here. Drew Barr's in the house. Pritchard should be fired. I really, man, Pritchard is a legend. Bruce Pritchard, I love, even though Bruce is ridiculous, I like him. If he was actually a racist, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like him, but I don't think he is. But I mean, I would have never thought a lot of things, but I'm not going to go around calling people things, without us knowing what's really going on. People are always bringing race into it, though, too, so that's always confusing. It's like everything has got to be about race. Why the fuck are they still threatening you, Joe Cronin Show? What's up, Beefy Luigi? What do you mean threatening me? Who's threatening me? What are you talking about? Who's threatening me? Are you threatening me? My bunghole. Beavis and Butthead. I'm sorry. Star Sale, how you doing, man? I hope you guys can become members. Not a lot of green right now. Not a lot of green. I doubt he's racist too. It would have come out, I would think. Plus, Cody Rhodes is buddies with him. It's like, so Cody's wife is black. I mean, if he was racist, Cody Rhodes would stay away from him and be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't Cody Rhodes be like, no, I'm good? I don't think Cody would be too happy with him. I mean, just think about that. And then and then CM Punk, I don't know. I mean, wouldn't it have come out? I did put the TKO song up. TKO's Gotta Go. If you're a patron, you can get it. You can listen to it right now. Even if you're a $1 patron, you can hear it right now. You can download it, hear it, own it, whatever. But if you're not a patron, you can buy it if you want. So even though you can become a patron, you get access to everything and tons of stuff for even just $1. But if you are not a patron and you don't want to be a patron, but you do want to download or buy the song, there is the link right there. Here's the link. I'm spamming it in the chat to download the TKO song. TKO. JJ Bulldog says, talking to somebody else, I mean, WWE's racist, so let's be real, says King J. I don't know, man. I mean, I've gone back and forth on the racism thing for a while. It depends how you want to treat that or you want to call it. Like there's a lot of black athletes in the WWE over the years and that have been featured, including like, The Rock and so many other people, but I mean, and Booker T and stuff. And, some people would make an argument. They would say, like, well, Vince used them because he saw them as like puppets or like, silly dancing, fucking clowns. Well, I mean, that's what he sees everybody as. He sees everybody as that. How can I opportunize and use this person to make money and to entertain people and to be part of the show? He's doing that with everybody. in a way. But so it's like when he pushes black athletes and black wrestlers, oh, he thinks they're clowns, you know. But when he pushes, you know, white people or mid-card white people or lower mid-card white people, or he brings out a guy that gets his ass beat all the time and shit like that, well, that's just, nobody says anything. But then you also, you know, can see how, you know, there weren't a lot of black wrestlers back in the day. So I think, like, when Jim Ross said something, like whatever it was, something to the effect of, like, whatever it was, of, like, it's still a white man's game or whatever. I mean, I don't think he was trying to say that. I don't know, but I don't think he was trying to say that, like, hey, man, you better listen up. It's still a white man's game. I don't think it was like that. I think it was like, hey, man, it's still kind of like a white people's world here. It's hard to get you over, and it's hard to get the brass to pay attention. It's hard to get people to write the right stories. It's hard to get fans to accept you. It's hard to get the brass to accept you. There's still all these people that don't think black wrestlers can, you know, draw the money or whatever they think. There's all this, there's a racism, there's a bias. It's still kind of like that. You're going to have to push through to get through that or whatever. That's what I saw Jim Ross's comments as, allegedly. I saw them as like, you're up against it, but you can do it, but you're up against it. It's still hard to crack that spot. That's how I took it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know if that's right or wrong to say that. You know what I mean? Is it good for a WWE person to have said that? To say like, hey man, let's be honest. You're gonna have to fight to get in there. Or is it bad? Is that a bad thing to think like that? Why would you say that? Unless it was true. And how, you know? But the fact of the matter is this. Let's go over the facts. Back in the day, it was hard for black athletes to become wrestlers because you know, local wrestling people and companies didn't want to train them. Didn't think they had money, stereotypes, didn't think they might draw, whatever. Then around the 70s or 80s, there was a little bit of a thirst for different things, and they were like, oh, I could use a black wrestler. I could do something with that. Because there's so many white guys, you would stand out. You know, I could use you as a face or a heel. And it was great. They were utilized for those reasons, and that helped black athletes break into the wrestling business because the bottom line, they could draw money because if they were in the South somewhere, hey, maybe the crowd will boo this person and we can get heat on them and we'll make money. Or maybe they'll be cheered because they're an underdog and they're a person that's been held down, and the crowd and the fans are going to get behind the black wrestler because this isn't fair and we feel sympathy for this and we want to cheer this person. All those reasons did help. But, dude, do you know how many black wrestlers were just, like, dude, regular, like, white wrestlers were hazed and beaten and scared off of being wrestlers? You were hazed and beaten and all kinds of shit if you were a white guy. So you had a bigger target if you were black. And it made a lot of black guys didn't want to get into wrestling. You know, and you didn't see a lot of black wrestlers on TV. And so less people wanted to be wrestlers. Over the years, eventually they broke in and they broke in and they broke in. And even into the 90s, there was a lot of black wrestlers, but there wasn't even close to as many. And honestly, by rule of math, right, by the math, you're not going to have as many successful black wrestlers because if you have 100 white guys, if you have 100 white wrestlers in the WWE, how many of those guys are going to make it, last more than 2 years, become champions, and really kind of be pushed a little bit? Of 100 white wrestlers, how many? 10? Maybe 10. 15? 15, maybe, right? The rest are going to be jobbers. They're going to get a chance and fail. They're going to get fired. They're going to get put on the sidelines. You know, if you have 100 white guys suddenly in the WWE in the 90s, early 90s, how many are really going to make it? How many are going to become a megastar? How many are going to become a Shawn Michaels, a Bret Hart, a Hulk Hogan, something like that? Almost none of them. Maybe 5, right? So you're going to have 90 failured white people. So let's pretend that the numbers are the real numbers. You got 100 white guys, that means you had about 12 black guys. Maybe less. right? You had 8, 12, something like that. So you have 100 white guys. The chances are that 5 of them might be successful. So now if you only have 8 black guys because of there's not as many black people in wrestling, and then there's also a deterrence against them in wrestling, so it's hard for them to get in. So by the time that a black wrestler gets hired by WWE, you only have 8. And if you have 8 black wrestlers, what is the chance that any of them are going to make it? The chance is almost 0, because you're talking about 8 guys versus 100. The volume is different. So for whatever reason is that there are less black athletes, you're going to get a near 0 accomplishment, because those are just the numbers. And at the time of the 80s and 90s, there's barely any black people, black wrestlers, African American, wherever they came from, made up, 13% of the country? Right? So only 13% of the country. So if you have 100 white wrestlers, you got about 8 black wrestlers. Well, if you have 100 white wrestlers, only 5 to 10 of those guys make it. And you get 10 black wrestlers, maybe one of them makes it. Right? Guys like Bad News Brown. Guys like Junkyard Dog. Guys like The Rock's father, Rocky Johnson. Guys like, Farouk, whose real name escapes me. Ron, why the fuck can't I think of his real name? Ron Simmons. Guys like that. They made it. Even though only 13% of America was black, and there weren't a lot of black wrestlers for those guys to grow up watching, they went to try to be wrestlers, and they made it. So if you have now the current state of wrestling, think of how many people there are and how many make it versus how many don't, how many get belts versus how many don't. And we've done this before. We've broken down the rosters of AEW and WWE, and for the most part, it's pretty well balanced, but there is a perception out there. But every time a white guy gets released, nobody brings up race. But every time a black guy gets released, they bring up race. It's like you're not allowed to release black talent. So is there something to this? I don't know. We'll examine it further. Maybe something's going on. Maybe something's weird. We'll continue to study and keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And to hear people's reactions.
They have the choice of no.
We'll keep an open mind. We'll keep an open mind about it. But I don't necessarily want to dive into calling companies fully racist 100% or whatever. I mean, so because you could flip that, right? So WWE employed a guy that wasn't a megastar in the company for 20 years. And he's a black guy. If you look at it that way, is it not the opposite of racism? They employed a guy for 20-something years who at times had gold, but a lot of times was just not doing anything. But now that he's finally released, after he's been there longer than 90% of anyone ever, right? 90% of anyone ever have never been in WWE as long as him. And now they're racists. Do you know what I'm saying? But it could be, and we'll keep an open mind. But yeah, send me whatever you got, man. I'll gladly take a look at it. Because as I said, I'm we're open to looking at everything out there. But I like to play devil's advocate of all the sides until we find out exactly what we really believe. I don't know what I believe. I think sometimes they've been prejudiced to people for sure, and the further back you go, they have been certainly like a gate-kept company, right? No doubt. But recently, do you think that? Man, I don't know. Could be. Yeah. Wait, did I miss anybody here? Sort of make sure I don't miss anybody or miss anything. It's crazy what happened in Ukraine. Yeah, what they did, they like, that's wild. Yeah, they like blew up the thing in Russia. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, I think I got everything. But yeah, the Miz could be next. I don't know, man. Some weird stuff is going on with the WWE, with people on Twitter. I don't know if there's some kind of a boycott going on. I don't know why Gunther, though. Why would Gunther want to do that? Like, that's what's kind of weird. Like, he's not set in stone yet, right? This guy don't have all his money yet and stuff. You know, why would Gunther want to, poke the bear, so to speak? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't think Gunther would want to do that. Why would he want to get involved early on in his career, right? Like, that's the one that I'm trying to find, and I'm trying to get to that to figure it out. Very confused.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Uh-huh.
If WWE signs R-Truth back, they could have another Coffee Mania situation on their hands. Give him Mike Bohr number 30 at Rumble.
Yeah, they could have a Kofi Mania thing. Give him Money in the Bank or 30 at Rumble. Yeah, Kermack, that'd be interesting. I don't think they want to do that because I think that they looked at Kofi Kingston and they think, well, we don't want that. We don't want some like temporary fucking, thing or whatever. I suppose. I mean, that might be what they're looking at. But I don't know. I just think I can't imagine that they would be that they would want to. I mean, they just fired the guy. They just didn't sign the guy. Can't imagine that they'd want to now. Let's promote let's do a big promotion with the guy. Let's do a big thing. I mean, I could see us saying that. Who's Gunther outside the WWE universe? Exactly. What's he going to do? Maybe they know why R-Truth got released. I don't know. Maybe something's up. Maybe, listen. Yeah, there's always a chance that R-Truth did something, whatever, and so then they're like, but they don't want to throw him under the bus because they love R-Truth, but they have to get rid of him. Yeah, I would understand that. So then they're like saying nothing, but now they look bad because they've gotten rid of this guy that people love, and there's no real reason. I thought Gunther did something much worse. He just unfollowed accounts. Yeah, I know he unfollowed accounts. Exactly. That's all. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of people mad, and this doesn't feel like a regular release. Yeah, listen, that's another thing. It doesn't feel like a regular release. Andre Young says, I think they're probably going to put him in the Hall of Fame and he'll get some Legends deal. Yeah, a lot of people said, why didn't he get a Legends deal? Well, this just happened. You know, here's why you're not going to give him a Legends deal. Okay? Here is exactly why you're not going to get a Legends deal. R-Truth is not going to get a Legends deal right now because they just released him. So you want to do him a favor of releasing him and then letting him do whatever he wants, right? Let him go to shows, let him signings, let him think about what he wants to do. And then later on, if you want to, then present him with a Legends deal, right? I don't think they want to go right into a Legends deal because that's essentially like saying, like, hey, guess what? You really can't do a bunch of stuff because now you're in the Legends contract. It's like you just got released. He's not going to say yes to that, and it's kind of like a weird, rude thing to do because I don't know. Like maybe they want him to get paid by somebody. Maybe AEW is willing to pay him or whatever, and they're like, cool, go do it. And they don't want to strap him down. Or maybe they thought about it. Maybe they offered it to him. He said no. You don't know. I don't know. Because, yeah, I mean, like, why would you want to sign a Legends deal right away when you might be going on to do a whole bunch of things that the WWE isn't happy about, I think it's because King Mike's World says, I think it's because of the clip. I could be wrong, but this doesn't feel like budget cuts, and reports of Triple H laughing doesn't help the situation. Yeah. I was literally told he basically is laughing at people. He watched the uproar yesterday, and he goes, that'll be over in 48 hours, and pretty much laughed at it. And we know that Triple H has a bitterness for this type of stuff. He has a bitterness towards, like, the wrestling reporters and people like me doing this. I'm not a reporter, but although in this case I am because I'm the only one that said he's laughing backstage because I was told that. So if anybody reports it, it's because I was told that. So that's crazy. But the clip is going viral recently, and now he's let go. But it's just so crazy that the guy was in this big storyline, the T-shirt and all that sort of thing, and now this is happening. But yeah, Triple H thinks it's funny because he thinks the people are ridiculous. Just like when he said, me and my friend Mark are going to stop watching. And to an extent, I agree with Triple H in some ways, but in some ways I don't, because he says, like, well, I wish the curtain wasn't pulled back. Motherfucker, you're literally the one that exposes the curtain every 5 seconds. You're promoting shows that do it. You're talking about it. You did the fucking curtain call, and so on and so on and so on, right? Triple H should laugh. These people are crazy, says Powerline. I mean, I do, I get that. I think Triple H and Road Dogg laugh at a lot of these type of people. But then again, Road Dogg deleted his tweet. $50,000 seats, anyone? Yeah, the seats are out of control. Crazy. The price tag on seats is wild. But Kermac, thank you for the donation. Hey, thanks to everybody for donating. Unfortunately, like the Creeder and Colonel Stutters, we could not overtake the top donator of the stream, it looks like, unless somebody donates in the next 2 seconds. Leonard Kittykisser is going to be the top donator, which is just sickening. Leonard Kittykisser, $15 or $21, the top donation of the stream. Stick around, more videos coming, more shorts, more videos. We're going to do a live watch along for the first hour of Raw tonight, and we might even take it to the second hour depending on how things go, and maybe even the third hour, and then maybe to the post show after that. Tonight, I'll be live starting at 8 p.m. on Monday Night Raw. So be here on the Joe Cronin Show channel to join me in the chat and hang out and party and have weird time. We'll definitely get weird tonight. I think Raw is going to do a better rating because of this intrigue over this outrage intrigue, whatever you want to call it. I'll have more videos too. There's so much to talk about. So little time. Become a patron. You guys can download all the songs that I made this past week on Patreon. There's the link in the chat. Follow me on Twitter at MetaWorldOnline and blah, blah, blah. There's so many things. Follow me everywhere. Facebook.com/JoeCroninJoe. Buy the TK No t-shirt. TK No t-shirt is available there in the chat. Posted that there as well. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. If you guys want to support me off air, you don't want to do it publicly, but you want to help the show, you want to help me, you want to support me, blah, blah, blah. You can do that by just sending me a Venmo or sending me a Cash App or PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show. Whatever. I'll see you guys later. Now enjoy the song that you can download on Patreon right now. The TK No song. Or the TK No, TK Gotta Go. Call it what you will. I'll see you guys tonight for Raw.
Ruining the WWE show. Triple H kinda sick. I heard it's 'cause he has a tiny